Here is an illustrated summary of the news. It'll be followed by the latest film of events and happenings at home and abroad.
The rock star Freddie Mercury died last night, the day after he announced that he had AIDS. He was 45 and had been lead singer with the group Queen for 20 years. He'll be cremated at a private ceremony later this week. Ian Finlay reports.
Despite his flamboyant, often outrageous stage presence, and with Queen's record sales exceeding 100 million, Freddie Mercury was a very private rock star. For the past 2 years, he'd lived like a virtual recluse. When he was seen, he was obviously frail, and given his admitted bisexuality, there'd been speculation about his health for many months.
Direct from our newsroom in Washington, in color, this is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite and Russ Hodge in Memphis, Tennessee, Dan Rather in New York, Bernard Kalb in Saigon, Marvin Kalb in Wellington, New Zealand, and Bert Quint in Khe Sanh, South Vietnam.
Good evening. Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee. Police have issued an all-points bulletin for a well-dressed young white man seen running from the scene.
But first, that explosion at a nuclear plant in the Soviet Union. What caused it and how many people did it hurt? Scanty information has come so far from the Soviets, but here's Peter Snow to help fill out the gaps.
It does now seem likely that sometime in the last couple of days there's been perhaps the worst accident in the short history of the world's nuclear power industry.
The passing of King George VI came as a sudden and most grievous shock to his people all over the world and to all friends of the British Empire and Commonwealth. Signs of the deep mourning into which the nation had been plunged were to be seen everywhere. We all believed that his health had been improving, a fact that added weight to the blow when it fell. When King George V died in 1936, he was succeeded by King Edward VIII. Few could have anticipated then that the burden of kingship would so soon fall upon the Duke of York.
The vehicle was spotted on the 5 freeway near Lake Fork.
The lawyer went to where O.J. was, which was in the San Fernando Valley, at a friend's house named Robert Kardashian.
Excuse me, Carter, but right there is an indication of how unusually the police were, what an unusual way police were handling this case. O.J. Simpson was allowed, the police were ready to charge him. Instead of sending police out with a squad car, handcuffs.